Good evening, race fans, and welcome into the Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series, brought to you by Virtual Racing Aotearoa. My name is John Wright, and on behalf of TrackSpotTV, we'll be bringing you all of the action here from round number 6. It's Atlanta, it's Echo Park. Well, we hear the echo of crunching gearboxes and car parts against the walls. We will certainly find out. Expect a few yellow flags this week as well. We've got lone qualifying for 5 minutes, and we've then got a dual stage race once again. The first stage will be 35 on lap 35. Stage 1 will end, meaning the pit lane will close on lap 33, of course, and then reopen again on 36, and then the final stage will be 85 laps, giving us a monstrous race to deal with for today. Fast repair is, of course, disabled, and lucky dog very much enabled. As I say, it'll be myself, John Wright, on the commentary. We've got George, the wonder from down under, Cooke, pushing the buttons in the background, making us everything look pretty, bringing us all the information that we need. And right on cue, we have got the battle up at the top. It is a swap in the standings once again. Xavier Simmons with a phenomenal result last week. He has leapfrogged Luke Dilworth and got 231 points to 213. Scott Rankin in third place. Willie McClune in fourth. It's Hayden Millins rounding out the top 5 on 174 points. He's got a 21 point gap to Josh Merton in 6th place. Bryce Harding drops 2 places after last week, down to 7th, and Brady Stanley dropping positions as well. Devon Stone, though, Devon Stove, he is absolutely cooking. Went with the wrong joke there. I was going to go drops like a stone, but Devon Stove definitely cooking. He jumped 3 places last week to get himself up into 9th position, so a good week for him. Hayden Warrington and Logan Howard both making improvements in their championship standings last week to see them go 10th and 11th. Lackey Brett in 12th with Hayden Guptill, Tyler Williams and Corey Crossan rounding out the top 15. It's then Gregory Waddell, Leverage Watkins, Harding and Cale James rounding out the top 20 after 5 rounds. Interestingly as well, in the team standings, we can confirm that Fastlane Esports, Xavier Simmons and the gang, of course, not only did Xavier take the top spot from the father and son duo in the standings, in the solo standings, they've gone there in the team standings as well. So Fastlane Esports have overtaken Sigma to take top spot in the team standings as well. Sigma in 2nd and the father-son duo running in 3rd place. What a look down at the rest of the standings. 44 drivers have taken part in the series so far. There's a lot of points have been handed out, and there's going to be more points coming today. Qualifying is done and dusted, and it is an interesting front row. Willie McClune taking the top spot, Corey Crossan in 2nd place, Lackey Brett in 3rd, Xavier Simmons, our championship leader, starting in a solid 4th place with Bryce Harding and Hayden Guptill on row 3. Row 4, that's Stephen Cale and Logan Howard. They're ahead of Scott Rankin and Hayden Mills. And row number 6 is Chris Stelmach and Matthew Stables, 11th and 12th position. On row number 7 is Devon Stove and Cam Galley. Beautiful, look at that beard, absolutely phenomenal. We've got Murray Howell in 15th position with Leverage Watkins in 16th place. Then it's Sam Liddell and Cale James in 17th and 18th. Josh Mertens and Stefan Tiers 19th and 20th, and Mark Grover and Aidan Gregory 21st and 22nd position. Now we've got Jamie Janmat and Brady Stanley down in 24th. Luke Dilworth, once again, starting from the back of the grid. He's going to start in 25th, and Hayden Warrington is going to bring up the rear of the field. Car number 21 is going to be starting in 26th position. We'll get a real look at the track from on board the cars very shortly. You can see it. They are 1.5 miles, of course, built back in 1960, and no, George, it was years before I was born. Thank you very much. We'll have less of the old jokes in the background. The drivers are in the pit lane at the moment. They're, of course, going to be on their warm-up lap. Usual NASCAR rules apply. Any major incidents, we will, of course, see a yellow flag. Everyone will do a lap or two in single file. They'll go double file again. and then they'll run off racing once that super sleek safety car pulls itself back into the pits. But here we go. The drivers, I would say on a warm-up lap, but given it's 27 degrees out there, wow, even just mentioning that temperature here in Scotland, I'm going to need to put on some sun cream. So that's going to be cosy for the tyre, so yeah, there won't be too much warming up goes on, I wouldn't have thought. Those liveries looking absolutely incredible. Of course, we are here driving the O'Reillys, or the Xfinities, as they shall, let's face it, probably forevermore be known. We do like the name O'Reilly, but the Xfinities, it was just an affinity with that name, an affinity with the car as well. It's one of the absolute staples on the NASCAR diary, and for a very good reason. If you are new to NASCAR, you're about to find out in glorious fashion just how much fun these cars are. I want to see a nice bit of bump drafting at this course as well, and there's a beautiful camera shot to see just how much banking is involved here at Atlanta. That keeps the cars absolutely pinned. It's going to be fun to see what they do with the tyres as well. As I say, 35 laps for the first stage. The safety car is, and there we have our marshal. There he goes, furiously waving that green flag. Remember, no overtaking on the bottom line before the checkered flag, but everyone is off and absolutely running, and McLaren gets it absolutely nailed. But I tell you what, crossing on that outside line, he is no slouch either, and they're going to go perfect Noah's Ark here. I think we're going to see a big, long 2x2 formation. Of course, that outside line will be able to keep up if they can keep in the slipstream, but it is McLaren that has fended off any early advances by crossing. A lot of chopping and changing down through the back of the field as everyone galvanises themselves and the position that they've got themselves in, crossing out on that outside line. He's got Hardens and Simmons out there with him as well, so not bad company. Cam Gale currently sitting in 6th position, still very much as you were throughout the field. Leverage Watkins just dropping down the order, and Cam Galley as well dropping down the order a bit down at the back of the field. So a few of the cars swapping positions. There's Dilworth taking his first position of the race, expecting many more of them to come. And yes, Stelmach has had some kind of incident. He has massively tumbled down the order. Yeah, and he has lost himself a lot of position. Devin Stowe's lost a couple of positions as well. Over the front though, still as you were. McLaren now in the middle line, all on his own here. He can't decide. Does he want the high line? Does he want the low line? He's got his choice of either, whichever way he wants to run. The rest of the field absolutely obliging him, as Brett is now the leader on that bottom line. He's got 4 cars with him. We've got 6 cars on the outside line though, although Simmons looks like he's just taken the impetus. Here he is. He's dropped down onto that bottom line, looking for an overall lead. Here we go. The camera angle we know and love on board with Logan Howard. Watch them flying through this Atlanta course, and again we'll get to see just how much of an embankment this course has. One of the steeper ones, well over the 30-degree mark. Not quite at the 40 though. Like some courses, but yeah, very good run at the moment by Howard. There we go. Yeah, so Stelmach still down at the back of the field. He has been overtaken by Dilworth by. Apologies, bless me. Here we go, just looking for the link for that as we got a close eye on the race. Very good start by everyone. We've only got 30 laps to go for stage number 1 before we start handing out some points. Let me just... that has gone for me completely as well. There we go. I can't type in there. Yeah, so it's still Simmons. It's now Simmons with the lead. Sorry, McLaren has been overtaken up at the front. Apologies. Yeah, we've got McLaren now being overtaken, so a little bit of a change. The top 10 though, doing a good job of running away with it. What have we got there? About 12 cars. And they've managed to get themselves an absolutely solid breakaway, so the rest of the field already counting themselves out effectively of any championship points for stage number 1, although one yellow flag could very quickly... Oh, Simmons has lost the back end of that. He's managed to hold on to that. What a save, folks. That didn't look like much there from Simmons, but I'll tell you what, that has massively kept him in the race there. A bit of a tank slapper coming out with the final corner. I mean, he's very nearly done himself a massive disservice and just and almost triggered one of those safety cars I was talking about there. That would have been interesting considering the breakaway that they've got. Here we are though, on board with McLaren. He is back in the lead. He's got Crossan, Guptill, Simmons, Brett, Harding, Cale, Rankin, Mullins and Howard joining them inside the top 10 at the moment. Where is my YouTube chat gone? There we go. As you can see, oh yeah, we're going to get a potential 3 wide here. No, they're going to keep it to 2 wide. I don't think we'll see much in the way of 3 wides until we're getting to the end of the stage or the end of the race. I tell you what, Simmons again, the back end of that car does not look happy. I mean, I know we talk about esports setup, certainly on road cars. I'm not sure I'd be too keen on having an esports setup on a car with absolutely zero rear end grip. Here we go. Absolutely flying past the camera. I tell you what, McLaren on a very high line there. It's almost like he's starting to shake off the slipstream from the drivers behind. That would, of course, be, well, impossible at this stage. It's certainly an erroneous move. He's going to lose a lot of pace if he does so. There is Simmons managing to get back up into the top 3. Gupta with a good shot. He is moving very quickly indeed. So yeah, Simmons and Gupta, those two swapping places. McLaren is still up at the top of the field. I tell you, is that the top 10? It is effectively the top 10, 11 cars. Yeah, they've completely broken away. So the only points paying positions in the opening stages are completely uncontested outside of the drivers. Excuse me. That are looking to bring home these points. We've got, as we see, Ethan Cale, Logan Howard, Murray Howell, Devin Stove and Cam Galley all very much in one another's pocket here. This is a battle directly outside the top 10, so we've got 2 distinct battle packs have opened up, the top 10 and then the rest of the field. And as we can see, it's Devin Stove who's leading the way for him. He's up 2 spots and he is in 11th position, but he has a lot of drivers following along behind him. It'll be interesting to see if any of these drivers come into the pits just before the end of stage number 1. We'll see what they decide to do. Again, if they come in just before the end of the stage, they could find themselves with some very, very, very good track position. Oh, okay, just getting some information in that it's actually 40 laps for stage number 1, not 35, so apologies. Some incorrect information has funneled its way down the pipeline. So yeah, it's going to be lap 40 for stage number 1, so the driver's going to have to do a bit more running on those tyres than I thought. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll get that added on at the top. So 23 to go. I think that is going to be 28 still to go. So plenty of time for the points to be gathered. There is Hayden Guptill, who has made a steady move through the field. That's him up a 3rd position. Him and Simmons have been very much side by side. McLaren and Crossan now find themselves in a single line up on the top line there. And we've got a much bigger line on the outside. And again, the more cars that you've got, the quicker that you go. So that outside line can most definitely compete if they can keep 5-6 cars in that line compared to the only 4 that we've got down on the bottom. And they're certainly looking to do so. And I'll tell you what, Simmons is going to find themselves overtaken by Brett and Rankin here, given that they are on the outside line. So much more pace they're managing to gather with that extra slipstream at 6v4. And I tell you what, the 6 on the outside doing very well indeed. We've still got more cars through the field. Steelmark, as I say, drop down the order right at the start. Grover, Jarma and James. James as well dropping down all the way to the back of the grid. Oh, there's a bit of jostling going on here as well. You absolutely love to see it. Another rear wheel mounted camera. We absolutely love these. Flying through, and the laps are absolutely tearing by as well. We're already 16 laps in. So a few laps left to go before we do start handing out points. Welcome in Luke Duke Round him up, Hellraiser. Like it. Oh, there we go. You know when you can't see something for looking. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We are back fully running once again. But yeah, welcome into the chat. Welcome into everyone on TrackSpotTV. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday evening, Sunday morning, whichever part of the world you are in. Certainly a great way to wake up here in the UK with some serious NASCAR racing. McLaren looking very, very good up at the front, crossing still in second place. This top 10 group really are separating themselves from the rest of the pack. Luke Dilworth though, he is looking to catch up. He's already made his way up to 13th position. So he has flown through the field once again in the opening stages, and he could find himself involved in the top 10 battle. He is going to need some help from the drivers around him though. Given the pace that the drivers ahead, this group here, they are absolutely nose to tail with one another, so the slipstream is going to be very strong. Dilworth may well need a bit of a helping hand, slipstream wise at least, to catch up to the group ahead. He's currently in 12th position, and as you can see, only one car ahead of him, and then quite the distance before he catches up to this top 10. So I do wonder here, does he go for the overtake, or does he just latch onto the back of Josh Merton and push him all the way to the back of the top 10, probably unceremoniously dump him after that. But yeah, definitely is going to help Dilworth catch up. I mean, and that's if he wants to get involved in the opening stage points, to be fair. He might come in for a pit stop. It depends on the gap. It'll be interesting to see, in fact, what he does. Given the gap, is it worth him coming into the pits a couple of laps before stage 1 ends? And then that way it gives a much better track position for stage number 2. Glorious onboard shots as well. It's Devon Stove that we're on board with. He is watching the back end of Dilworth, and Dilworth definitely seems to be using a bit of the slipstream from Mertens ahead of him. And again, not a bad idea, because there is the pack of 10 that they are chasing at the top of the field. They're already just making their way into turn number 1, and I can confirm the gaps between them are literally down to 0. We're talking thousandths of a second between them, so the slipstream really is going to be piling on, although Dilworth has just set the fastest lap of the race with a 31.466. And he's dropped down. He's now got 2 cars in front of him. So an interesting take on it there as he's setting the fastest lap. The other go flying past that start-finish line. Another lap into the book. Simmons and McLaren swapping positions up at the front of the field. Xavier will be looking to bring home as many points as he can and consolidate that grip that he's got on the top of the championship as we're reaching, about to reach the halfway mark after the next race. In fact, Charlotte next time out will be the halfway mark. So yeah, it's a very good round to bring home those points, both for team and individual. Sigma once again looking very good. Oh, and Murray Howell having himself a bit of an incident. SDK not showing us the full incident, unfortunately, but you can see completely stationary and just pulls over to the side of the track. So I do wonder if that's a hardware issue rather than an actual crash. It did look like, well, there was no smoke coming off the car, and there's certainly nothing dented. There's a couple of cars dropping down under the apron, of course, completely legal. Here we go, Jamie Janma as well. Started down in 23rd. And he did manage to go past one of the cars. Yeah, that stationary car there as well. So yeah, so the incident board throwing the race director under the bus ever so slightly. It likes to do that to keep us on our toes. But yeah, a couple of incidents with the cars further down the field. One I would say, oh, and that could be a yellow flag. That's a big hit on the wall, and in fact they are still going. That's Millings, I believe, who's just absolutely bounced that off the wall. He is wiggling absolutely brutally. Sorry, it's Logan Howard, my apologies. It's Logan Howard. He's just cracked it off the wall, and no yellow flag. He's managed to keep it out of the wall, keep the car going. And I tell you what, that is some serious work on the steering input he's putting in there. He's taken some kind of damage to his front right suspension, and now we do have yellow flag. I tell you what, Luke Dilworth has just absolutely had his way into the top 10, and he could now, that could be the yellow flag that sees Dilworth win the stage. So, and a solo car incident as well. So an unfortunate one. Let's have a look and see. Oh, he's just moved over, collected the front of one car, and Rankin has managed to squeeze on past there. He very nearly got collected with that. I'll tell you what, all kinds of fun going on here then. So stage one, first time this series, we have a safety car in the opening stage. The cars will concertina back up again. They will sedately roll around the 1.5 mile track until we get into double file again. Will we see cars coming into the pits? And I tell you what, Xavier Simmons completely cursing his luck. Oh, that's a big bounce. Everyone taking it out of the way. And I tell you what, everyone else has done well to avoid that there. And yeah, extra kudos to Howard as well. Oh, a couple of bounces off the wall. He's done well to keep that out with his competitors as well. So he's managed to limit the damage. Certainly other people, and there we go, an absolute line of cars coming into the pits. We've only got about 6 or so that have stayed out. Top 7. So the top 7 have stayed out. Everyone else, or sorry, 7 cars have stayed out, including Xavier Simmons. So Simmons has stayed out. Lackey Brett has stayed out, and Ethan Cale has stayed out as well. So has Guptill, Rankin, Millings, and Mertens. But everyone else has come into the pits, and that is a very, very, very busy pit lane. And there's now going to be cars, inside the top 10 that have taken a pit stop and are on fresh tyres. This really does change the lay of the land, especially for the end of the first, the end of the first stage, which is coming up after 40 laps, which isn't going to be that long now. Murray Howell is out of the race. He's 6 laps down, so he's retired a few laps ago by the looks of it. He is the only retiree that we've got at the moment. More cars making their way in and out of the pits. We're still single file by the look of it behind the safety cars, so plenty of time for them to get back out on the track. It's going to be very interesting. Let's see, Logan Howard just coming out the pits now. Stelmach and Leverage Watkins, they're both in. There we go, there is Leverage Watkins coming out. We'll see if Stelmach... Yes, Stelmach is coming out as well, perfect. So yeah, but there's only one driver that we are missing at the moment. They're still piling through the sectors, and it does look like we are double file. Oh, he's just made that out of the pits. That's Murray Howell. No, it's not, sorry, it's Stelmach. Just coming out of the pits. Just in front of the safety car, so he will get the chance to catch back up to the rest of the pack. It's going to be Simmons that leads us away, with Brett on the outside, Guptill, then Cale inside the top 10. Luke Dilworth back out of the pits in 11th. Willie McClune back out of the pits in 10th place. Of course, they're both going to have very fresh tyres. So that's going to put them in an incredibly good position towards the end of the stage. I tell you what, again, Dilworth, he will be absolutely delighted. Luke Duke in the chat, who's crashing first? Well, there we go. We got an answer to that very quickly, Luke. We should consider you for commentary work, because that could be in some circles. That could be considered curse of the commentator right there. I'm not sure Logan Howard will be appreciative of the of him being thrown under the bus here. Yeah, tapped into the wall. But yeah, Logan Howard, our first driver. Safety car is in. Very cheeky hydrate. And there we go, green flag furiously waves once again. Xavier Simmons, what a start he's got. Lackey Brett, Ethan Cale, Hayden Guptill all following suit. Ethan Cale getting a very good run out of the starting blocks as well. He's actually got himself past Lackey Brett. Dilworth down in 11th position. He's got Stephen Tears now between him and Willie McClune. And we've got Simmons leading the way once again. He is used to being up at the front of the field. He knows how to control it from here. What are we now? 29 laps in. We've got 12 laps left to go for stage number 1, and a whole lot of fresh tyres mixed right throughout the field. Willie McLoone and Luke Dilworth, the main protagonists on that little front, and Dilworth already up into 10th place. Simmons losing positions, handover first. That looks like Guptill might get the run on him here. He has indeed. Simmons very quickly tumbling down to 3rd position. Lucky Brett looks like he's going to get himself on some points for leading a lap here. Yes, indeed, it's Brett in 1, then it's Guptill, Simmons, Millings, Cale, Gregory, Rankin, McLoone up in 8th, and it's Mertens, Dilworth, Corey crossing. Oh, here comes a yellow flag and a whole lot of fender benders. Is there anyone not involved in this? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that made it across the start-finish line. We've got approximately 15 cars now littering the infield. There's smoke, tyre and debris absolutely every place. And we did see this last week. We went last week exceptionally far into the race. I think it was lap 60 or 70, if memory serves. At my age, it probably doesn't, but it was someplace along around lap 60 or 70, and as soon as we saw one safety car, we saw several. And there we go, back-to-back safety cars, very close together, and that is a whole lot of carnage that we saw as well. Ethan Cale has definitely been caught in that. So is Cale James. Logan Howard's been caught in that one. Devin Stove, Brady Stanley. Oh, we're all over the place. Ethan Cale comes to a complete stop and then reverses into oncoming traffic. Picks himself some extra damage. No doubt picks up a penalty from the stewards as well, unfortunately for him. And yeah, unfortunate for the driver that took his rear end in the front. That is another safety car. Now we'll see if anyone else comes in to take a pit. Oh, James just losing the back end of the car. Round he goes. There's the rest of his field. Oh, yep, and there we go. Everyone just absolutely squeezing past, and he tried to move as well. He took a tap in the rear. It took him another driver with him as well. Oh yeah, no, we do have sound. Perfect. Yeah, so a lot going on there. McLoone back into the pits. Brady Stanley, he's in the pits as well. Logan Howard's back in. As I say, Millings is in, Stelmach's in, Stables, Stove, Galley, Waddell, Gregory, all in the pits. Ethan Cale is a lap down and in the pits as well. So there's a whole lot of sorting out to going on for the in-game stewards to get everyone back and running. So we'll get running up and running very shortly for more action here from round number 6 of the Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series here at Virtual Racing Aotearoa. Make sure you get yourself over to the Discord for VRA. Get yourself involved. There is plenty of season left to go. We've got Charlotte, Indianapolis, Kansas, Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, Daytona, and we're finishing off the season at Darlington. Aha, what a calendar that is. Plenty of room on the grid, so get yourself signed up to the guys and gals over at VRA, and of course get yourself over to Sharp Apparel as well. Helps support the companies and organisations that help support our beloved sim racing. Without the sponsors, not much of this stuff happens. So yeah, get yourself over there, give Sharp Apparel, there'll be all the links in the Discord as well. Make sure you get over and get yourself some top quality gear from a top quality company, and yeah, help support sim racing all around, and get yourself out on track as well. We've got one car still in the pits. He's now left. It looks like Hayden Millings might be out of the race. Question. Let's just dig into the data. He's still in the pits and has been so for over 2 minutes. Leverage Watkins as well. He's currently been in his pit box for over 3 minutes. That's a whole lot of damage. Of course, no quick repairs. For very obvious reasons. Of course, for anyone that doesn't know, and NASCAR is very much considered a full contact sport. If you want to run the risk of running another driver off the road, then yeah, on your head be it, because it will likely end up with you in the wall as well. And some drivers do try and take advantage of the quick repair. Thankfully, this league doesn't allow any such shenanigans. It definitely keeps the drivers hyper-focused. If you know you pick up damage, you're going to be spending a lot of time getting it repaired, and at the moment it's Millings and Leverage Watkins that are finding that out the hard way. We've got another driver coming into the pits. We've got a green flag about to go, and there we go. We are green flag racing once again. It's Lackey Brett who's leading the way from Scott Rankin. Xavier Simmons currently in third place. Luke Dilworth. We need to put some kind of shark fin on the back of his car. That's him up to third place already. These safety cars have played absolutely into his hands. We've got Harding. Yeah, Harding coming out with the pits. Millings still in there. Leverage Watkins, I think he might be done. That's over 4 minutes. Dilworth is up at the top of the grid. Absolutely outrageous. 2 safety cars in 34 laps, and Luke Dilworth has taken 24 places and is now already collecting lead lap points, as well as holding the fastest lap of the race. And we've got another safety car. I think it's Mark Grover that's got involved in this one. There's cars on the apron. They're pulling off course, but yeah, we've had another incident there. Trying to get a sight of who's dropped down the field. Mark Grover certainly looks like, oh my giddy aunt. That is a lot of tram lines left on the tracks there. Yep, we've got cars towing back to pits. Oh wow! Was Grover even attached to the track there? I think we had NASA clearance for takeoff at that point. But yeah, we'll get another look at that one. But yeah, definitely Mark Grover there. Seemed to be on the receiving end. Well, I say on the receiving end. Was it a mistake, or did someone... Yep, it's a mistake. Oh, that is no bueno, senor. Oh, wow. And then the 46 there, one of the Simblacks cars taking an absolute panel beating there. That was Matthew Stables, ironically, because that didn't look very stable at all. What a contact with the wall that was. And that's a third safety car in the opening stage. That is absolutely incredible. One leads to many. That is often the way with NASCAR. You can see a race run. I mean, I've certainly seen races that I've been involved in Las Vegas that are north of 120 laps. You get to lap 90, and you've maybe seen one safety car, and then suddenly between lap 90 and lap 120, you see 7 of them. There is a VOD for that one. That was a very long, stressful race, I can assure you. But yeah, 7 safety cars in the space of 23 laps. So yeah, barely got any running done at all, and it looks like it's going to be something similar. There is the lucky dog being handed out. We're going to get another look at this one from Grover. Oh wow. Yep, the sim racing gods woke up this morning and chose violence, and that was an exceptionally violent contact with the wall, an innocuous touch with the two of them. A less than innocuous outcome, that is for absolutely sure. So we'll see how much running we get done this time. Hayden Guptill is still in the pits. Logan Howard, Chris Stelmack, Cam Galley, Sam Waddell, Matthew Stables, all showing as in the pits. Hayden Millings is in the pits as well. Grover, Leverage Watkins has been there for 7 minutes. I think we can... Well, he might not be out of the race. He might still be getting damage repaired, to be fair. A 10-minute repair in these cars is absolutely not out of the question, considering the amount of damage you can do when you make contact with those walls. I have said it before, these cars are often held together with Hope's Dreams Fairy Glue, Super Glue and Fairy Dust. And I can confirm that none of those survive first contact with these very, very, very solid concrete walls. So yeah, a lot of repairs. The pit crew absolutely earning their money today. That is for sure. And the cars are going back into double file. And it does appear, yeah, Matthew Stables and Matt Grover both in the pits. So Hayden Millings and Bryce Harding. I think it's going to be Hayden Millings that gets the lucky dog. We'll see if Stables does come back out. He's been in for 2 minutes 20. Grover's been in for 3 minutes 20. So again, that's a lot of repair work getting done. And we're getting very close to the end of stage 1 as well. So we're going to be handing out points pretty soon. Three cautions in the opening stage, but it's just as we're coming to the end of the opening stage, so we'll see if we do get a clear run all the way to lap number 40 from here to actually hand out the points, or if we get another look at that super sleek safety car, which is leading the way. And yeah, Dilworth up at the front of the field. Sorry, my volume. Oh no, there we go. It's just my headphones. Thank you very much, SteelSeries. Love your products, your software. Maybe not so much. Dilworth is going to lead us off once again. We've got Simmons, Brett Rankin, and Mertens. And there we go, green flags. We are off and flying once again. What a start that is by Dilworth. He has gone to the Lewis Bihagia School of Restarts there. What a shot out of the gates that was. We've got Brett and Simmons following them in the second place. So the top two in the championship now find themselves in the top two. We've only got 2 laps to go. That is how close we've got to the end of stage number 1. We're handing out points very shortly. There's no way in the world Luke Dilworth thought he was going to be winning stage 1 from the start of this race. Surely not. Very much could be, and it's Simmons, his main championship rival, that's up at the front of the field with him. Simmons swings it around the outside. Dilworth is going to hold this lower line. Who is going to take it? I'll tell you what, Dilworth might lose another position here. Rankin around the outside. He has got himself a very good run. Dilworth has got himself a lot of slipstream though, so he should be able to get his nose just ahead of Rankin. If he can't, beautiful shots from on board with Rankin. He's got Simmons just ahead of him, like literally touching distance. Oh, sideways. Are we going to see? No, we're not. He's saved it. Scott Rankin goes round the outside. He saw the potential contact between Dilworth and Simmons. I've just joined their names, but Rankin, he is going to fly round and he's going to take himself at the top spot there. Everyone jams on the brakes to slow back down. I tell you what, Simmons and Dilworth there, they've thrown themselves firmly under the bus, and it is Scott Rankin that has said, thank you very much, gentlemen. I will take myself 10 points for stage number 1 here at round number 6. So this will be our first competition, well, it's our only competition yellow that we see during the race. The first 3, of course, have been safety cars. This one to signify the end of stage number 1, and what a stage that was. 3 safety cars and an overtake out the last corner to see Rankin get himself 10 points, and more importantly, for him at least, Xavier Simmons, or Javier, as he doesn't mind being called, he finds himself in second place, so he did manage to secure more points in stage number 1 than Luke Dilworth. But Dilworth, team-wise, looking very good. Himself and Lucky Brett, the father and son duo drivers, 3rd and 4th. So yeah, might not have been individually the ending to the stage that Dilworth was looking for, but certainly team-wise, that's not too bad. 2 drivers in the top 5, the only team to pull that off. As the heated covers get pulled off the tyres once again, as they take Paradise and turn it into a parking lot. There we go. Wow, we've got someone stayed out. Ooh, Cale James has stayed out. Interestinger and interestinger, said the rabbit before it got his fluffy white tail rather dirty. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, so Cale James stayed out. Luke Dilworth in and out like an absolute rocket through that pit stop. We need to study this man's reflexes. It's absolutely wild. Although his pit stop was actually a full second slower than Willie McLoone. So Dilworth may have been quick. McLoone was quicker. Everyone else, it seems, has taken on a couple of tyres. We've got a bit of variation in the pit stop times there. McLoone, Dilworth, Crossan, Aidan Gregory in and out in short order as well. And Devon Stove, all of them around 7 seconds for the pit stop. Everyone else almost double that at 14. So I'm thinking a couple of tyres have been taken on by a few of the drivers. One of them, Scott Rankin, Lucky Brett. Potential split strategy between the father and son duo team. Xavier Simmons, he's got himself another, now let's see, yeah, he had a 15-second pit stop as well. So that was a longer pit stop, so more tyres being taken on there. And at the restart, it's going to be Cale James. What a run. He finds himself up at the front of the field, and I tell you what. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways to verbalise the absolute fear, terror and horror I would be going through right now if I was at the front of this field and I had Dilworth and Simmons not too far behind, because those boys are quick. James, not too bad though either. So we'll see how this restart goes. Hayden Millings is still a lap down. So we'll see if we do see any more yellow flags. I think from what we've seen so far, I think you're going to be hard pushed to find anyone that would bet against seeing any more safety cars. There we go, saw that audio, perfect. So yeah, we've got an 80 lap stage on its way, and we've seen 3 safety cars in the opening 40 lap stage. So yeah, if you do the maths on that one, there could be a lot of yellow flags, although there could also be none. As the safety car pulls in, we will see which of those two outcomes. It's going to be one of the other, folks. You can pretty much guarantee we're going to see a whole lot of safety cars or no safety. But what we do see is a green flag furiously being waved in the marshal post there, and it's James that leads the way. From our pole sitter, McLean back up in second place. Luke Dilworth with a great start for stage number 2. In third, he's got Gregory, Rankin, Simmons, Merton, Stove and Warrington. Oh, love it the way they fly past that camera angle. It's absolutely stunning. Hopefully everyone at home is using the suitable volumes to hear those cars absolutely flying past. Yeah, but you've noticed there is a serious diminishment in the amount of comedy that goes on when the cars fly past the cameras like that, but we do love the sound that they make. Dilworth got himself back into the lead. He's certainly going for it on that high line. He's got a couple of drivers threatening to go with him. That's Gregory that's out there. No, I'll tell you what, that is McLean looking to make it a 3-wide situation. I did say that wouldn't be the wisest idea around here, and he's left himself in that middle line. He's now got a couple of cars threatening to come down and join him, but very much on his own there. Carl James dropping back in. Gregory got himself in a very, very, very good position, sitting directly behind Dilworth. Now for me, that is absolutely latch a bungee on and just follow the back of Dilworth's car all the way. He is going to be there or thereabouts. As he has been all season. McLean down on that bottom line. That is Rankin, and no, Simmons is on the outside line. So Simmons, going for the high line there, as we've got McLean down on that bottom row. Gregory still hanging on with Dilworth. Dilworth takes a wider line there, and then go tell you what, he's got himself a good, clear bit of track in front of him there. He could drop down to that low line, so the strategy all in the hands of Dilworth at the moment. He could pull this top line around the outside. If it doesn't look like it's going quick enough for him, he could jump himself in front. He is still, does he have room? Yes, he does. There we go. It's exactly what he's done. He pulls the top line along and then drops down into the bottom line. He's got absolute carte blanche to drive where he wants in a minute, and the rest of the field are absolutely following suit. Quick update on some of the drivers in the back. Chris Stelmach, we were getting some cheers for him in the chat. He is back up to 18th position. He's currently ahead of Cam Galley, who's in 19th place. And in fact, those two driving very closely together as well. Hayden Guptill, he is down in 15th position, so he's lost 9 places while this is all going on up at the front. Guptill and Brady Stanley as well. They both find themselves just outside the top 10. And I tell you what, that is Dilworth and McLean going side by side up at the top. And yeah, if anyone didn't watch last week's broadcast, make sure you do, and especially listen to the interviews at the end. These drivers absolutely love this. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Ah, so we've got a yellow flag that has just come in, so not much running getting done on these tyres at all. So we'll see if anyone does come into the pits this time around. Anyone that didn't pit on the last one. Oh, Chris Stelmach cursing the commentator just as we mentioned him. Oh my goodness, that. Yeah, he gets himself involved here. Does manage to all but survive though. A couple of other cars violently into the wall. Stelmach managing to survive that. So after he got caught up in an early incident, he's managed to avoid that one. Oh, and it is Cam Galley's car. I thought I recognised that blue. Oh, he's been absolutely wrestled, completely steering in the opposite direction. Oh, and that's a couple of times now we've seen the Tide car get washed out completely. Yeah, I'll see myself out. But Galley getting caught. Beautiful view here, so you can see what happens. He comes over. Oh, it's just that little touch. Just that little touch from Stelmach, and that's enough to completely unsettle the cars either side of him. And he has managed to steal off into the distance after that. So we've got another yellow flag, fifth caution of the race, fourth due to an incident. Of course, we've got one competition yellow as well to mark the end of stage one. And I'll tell you what, the pit crews really are earning their money this week. That's another raft of cars making their way into the pit. As we see, is that Millings getting himself a lucky dog? So he's going to get put back on the lead lap. McLoone and Dilworth have stayed out. Simmons has come into the pits. Xavier Simmons has come into the pits. He is currently in 10th place. And that's how keen McLoone is to get started again. He is bump drafting the safety car. I wonder if you can actually get it going quicker. Yes, he is bump drafting the safety car. Everyone's sedately coming back out of the pit lane. How many more yellow flags are we going to see? As I say, last week we didn't see any until the last quarter of the race, and I saw quite a few managed to stack up. It's proving to be slightly more difficult here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, or Echo Park. I did say, will it be echoing with the sound of cars into walls? Yes, would be the short answer to that question. It has been yeah, quite the race so far, and these cars, as we've seen, the back ends of them are as taily gets. They really will wiggle their way into the wall and take the drivers with them unwittingly. It does look like we're getting back into... Oh, is that Millings? Let me just check my telem. Was Millings out the pits? Yes, Cam Galley and Jamie Janmat both still in the pits. Millings is back out again. And is this Howard? Getting himself, or is that Cooke? Yeah, getting the lucky dog to get back on the lead lap. Yep, so all the lap down, Terry Leverage, Watkins, Millings, Cam Galley, all currently a lap down. Galley's still in the pits, in fact. So Galley still in the pits. Hopefully he can make it back out. An unfortunate incident. Oh, there we go. I thought we'd lost the field there, but nope, we are still connected. Yeah, iRacing will do that to you. iRacing will definitely do that to you. McLoone is going to lead us away. It's himself and Dilworth up at the front of the field. And I'll tell you what, McLoone will be looking for a good finish here. He's currently fourth in the championship standings. He in fact dropped the position after last week's races, so he'll be keen to bring home a race win as we've got more green flag running coming our way with McLoon's green car up on the outside line. Oh no, sorry, McLoone He's got the bottom, that's Dilworth, of course. That is up on the outside line. He's got Gregory just on his inside. The two of them work together well after the last safety car, but it's going to be Dilworth that is going to absolutely fly past him. He's latched onto the back of McLaren. Lovely, lovely, lovely sound of those cars flying past. The three manufacturers. Absolutely well represented today. McLaren is going to have himself another lap in the lead with Dilworth in second, Gregory in third, Crossing. Mertens, Brett, Warrington, Tears and Rankin currently rounding out the top 10. Of course, all the points have been paid out on stage number 1. We're 55 laps in to stage number 2. 55 laps into the race, 15 laps into stage number 2. 80 laps, of course, in total for stage 2. And we'll see how many more safety cars we get. A little touch of the apron there for Dilworth. Manages to keep Gregory and Mertens behind them, but they are all absolutely jostling for position at the minute. Very close indeed. It does look like we're do we have another retiree? Cam Galley's still in the pits, and Chris Stelmach has just come into the pit. So Stelmach didn't get in under safety car. He has decided now is the time to come in. Maybe banking on there being another safety car, which does seem like a pretty safe bet. And here is Josh Mertens, and there goes Gregory down that inside line. That is how close it is up at the top of the field. You can see the speed there at the bottom right, folks. When you're in the slipstream, and I tell you what, that's a rub of the wall. Is Mertens going to manage to hold on to this? Is everyone going to manage to get past him? I tell you what, that would have been absolute code brown for the drivers behind them there. Mertens carrying too much pace out of that third corner. Has himself a rub on the wall, and that is just how detrimental that can be, folks. One touch of the wall, you will lose an absolute handful, 2 handfuls of positions. I think it's safe to say, as he tumbles down the order and ejects himself from the top 5 battle, which is currently being led by McLaren, Gregory, Dilworth, Crossing and Lackey Brett. So we've still got 2 of the father and son duo drivers in the top 5, but more importantly for Sigma Sim Sports, they of course have currently got the 1, 2, 3 McLaren Sigma 2, Gregory and Crossing and Sigma 4. So 2 of the Sigma teams, and of course the teams is duo drivers, 2 drivers per team, but Sigma have got 4 teams in the race, and one of them doing particularly well, as I say, in Gregory and Corey Crossing, 2nd and 3rd place at the moment, as we've got a Stelmach, I believe, coming into the pits. By the look of it, he was certainly on the pit lane there. I wonder if he was just getting himself out of the way. Oh, now he's front left wheel. I wonder if he's got a puncture there. That looked, well, it certainly didn't look like the wheel was rotating the way it should. Yeah, so I'd imagine he is on his way into the pits. Yep, he's just been overtaken by Milling. Yeah, Milling's still a lap down. Another safety car, and that will sort that out for him. He is the lead car. That is a lap down at the low, so it's going to be Millings who is in the hunt to get himself a lucky dog, which could make or break a race these days. Let's see, McLaren still up in the front of the field with Gregory and Dilworth. Curry crossing there, you can see currently in 4th position. He started, of course, on the front row, as we can see there, and he has got himself right in the mix here, right in this battle, up and around the top 12 places now. So the top 10 breakaway early in stage 1 after the safety cars at the start of stage 2. We're seeing the top 12 trying to get themselves a run on the rest of the field. As Crossing still in. Still very much in the hunt. Dilworth has still got the fastest lap of the race, so he really was cooking earlier on with that 31.4. The closest anyone else has been is Scott Rankin with a 31.5. No surprise really, Scott is absolutely rapid as well. He's the closest driver to that 31.4 that Dilworth has posted. And he has still got a long way to go, so I do think we might see that lap time drop ever so slightly. I don't think it'll be by much though, as Dilworth drops down to the bottom line. He will take the lead of the race. That was beautifully lined up there, got as much slipstream as he needed from McLaren, dropped down the bottom line. He's now got Gregory backing him up, and he's got his teammate Lackey Brett on the outside line. Directly behind McLaren, so really is looking good at the moment strategy-wise, certainly for the father-son duo team. Oh, now almost a bit of contact there. They're keeping it very close indeed. Absolute 2x2 running, perfect Noah's Ark formation, as we say in NASCAR. And that is Dilworth with another 31.4 there. Wow, I'll tell you what, I think he's just equalled the fastest lap of the race. Oh no, sorry, it was a couple of tenths off. My apologies. That was, yeah, I'm getting too keen and looking at the wrong line there. That was actually Stefan Tiers with a 31.5 there. So Tiers, who's down in the middle of this pack there, we can see running in fourth. He's getting all the slipstream at the moment. He does seem to be the quickest car in this little group. McLaren rounds the last corner to finish another lap. What is that? 66 laps in. We've only got... Oh, there we go. Oh, and that's a touch, and that's going to be a yellow flag. There's cars every place, there's bumpers every place, there's going to be smoke every place. Car tyres gone, front suspension absolutely gone as well, and that will be safety car number 5 for the drivers to deal with. Another raft of cars, I'd imagine, coming into the pits as well. We'll see, and Dilworth has ended up down in 16th place. Dilworth has got caught up in this, and is that him back in the pits? Dilworth is back in the pits. So yeah, Dilworth really got caught out there. A lot of chopping and changing up at the front of the field, and Dilworth, oh, was the first car down. Oh wow, yeah, big hit, big hit, big hit. And I think, yeah, Lackey Brett was involved in that as well. Yeah. Oh, that is... Oh, wow. There you go, folks. That is how easy it can all go very, very, very wrong very, very quickly. That was Scott Rankin that was up on the top line there that took that extra contact. So, Hayden Millings, good news. You're back on the lead lap. Unfortunately, not so great news for Dilworth. He is in the pits. He's been there for quite some time already. He's going to be joined by McLaren, Gregory, Mertens, Simmons, Warrington, Guptill, Brett, Stanley, all making their way into the pits once again. I hope the virtual engineers and pit crew are on overtime today. We are certainly getting our money's worth out with them, and out of our race director as well. All the replays he's on this sift through. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, and Guptill. Wow, how did he survive that? Ladies and gents, can we get a standing ovation for Hayden Guptill there, please? That was very close to absolute catastrophe there. And he's managed to steady the ship. And very much kept it on the embankment and out of the wall. No mean feat whatsoever. Our current registered race leader, Logan Howard, will jump on board. I think he got a bit of quite a good view. He had an incident on his own. Oh, he's coming around the corner and this car's absolutely stationary. So that's Dilworth. So yeah, that was Dilworth stationary at the side of the road. That's what brought Logan Howard to a stop. Now, Stefan Tiers has come in to the pits. He's come in from the lead of the race. The rest of the field looking to catch up. We'll see where everyone comes back out. Looks like we're down to 26 drivers at the moment. So I think we've lost 2 on where we started. Let's see where everyone gets shaken back into. Luke Dilworth is back out of the pits, 1 minute 8 for a pit stop. Which is a lengthy stop. Chris Stelmach, he's just on a 1 minute 27. Cam Galley Currently holding the record for the longest pit stop of the race, 9 minutes and 16 seconds here at the Spence stationary, which has brought him very much down the field. But the way the safety cars are coming, we're going to see lucky dogs for quite a few of the drivers before the end of the race. So everyone still absolutely in the hunt. We've been resettled back into double file, so we're going to get going again very shortly indeed with Corey Crossan. Sigma Sim Sports are looking very good. 3 drivers in the top 5 at the moment. 2 of them from car number 4 for them. That's Aidan Gregory, or team 4, sorry. Aidan Gregory in the 41. And Corey Crossan in the number 10. We're on board with, or just watching Hayden Warrington there. Currently in 4th position, as you can see there. Started down in 26th place. Oh, how quickly the tide can turn. As we wave the cars through the embankment. There is the safety car in once again. I wonder how many tyre changes the safety car is going to have to go through in this race. Here we go though, the steward is about to furiously wave that flag once again, and we're going, what a start that is for Corey Crossan. My goodness me, he got the memo. The rest of the field absolutely standing still, and they're only just starting to gain pace on now. Cale James and Hayden Warrington, the 2 drivers, trying to catch up to him directly. They've got Willie McLean and Aidan Gregory just behind them. Xavier Simmons currently running in 6th position. We've already got cars down on the apron. They're chasing Slipstream down on the apron. What is this absolute madness that we're seeing? How are they going to get back on the embankment safely without straining their tyres? Oh no, they're coming into the pits. Are they all coming into the pits? Wow, that is an early line to take down into the pit box. But yeah, that is an absolute raft of car. Oh, and look how late they were on the brakes here as well. If we don't see a black flag after that, I will be exceptionally surprised. That's Simmons, Guptill, Stove, Waddell, Mertens and Stefan Tiers all coming into the pits. So I'm not sure if they missed it under the safety car or what's going on, but that, to me, very strange time to come into the pits directly after the safety car and while on the lead lap as well. We will continue on with the racing that we see on screen though. Hayden Warrington, he is in the pits too. Xavier Simmons, 9th place, so quick turnaround there. Mertens, Willings, Lucky, Brett. Stefan Tiers, still stationary. Leverage Watkins, he's back in the pits as well. He's done some monster trips into the pits so far. As Corey my apologies, Corey. I'm not sure why I'm putting a D in your first name this week. It just seems to be your name I've decided to be mispronounced multiple times during the broadcast, so apologies. But it's Corey Crossan who is leading the way. He's got Cale James and Willie McLean not far behind him. I tell you what, this is really working out well for McLean, given the championship standings with Dilworth, Rankin and Simmons ahead of him. He has now got them all behind him, and he's got a considerable gap between himself and Luke Dilworth. Dilworth now at least a lap down. He is back out of the pits, but he is still running. Back to the on-screen action, because tell you what, the telemetry is telling us quite the story in the background as well. Corey Crossan, he doesn't care about that though. He has got himself out in the lead. We are 74 laps deep of a 120 lap race. We are into stage number 2. Stage 1 couldn't have been any more interesting if the drivers had planned it. And I tell you what, stage 2 is certainly looking that way as well. Aidan Gregory, as we can see, one of the beautiful Sharp Apparel logos there on his competitor as he sails past. That's Devon Stove on that inside line. And Devon, here he comes on the inside as expected. He is going to get himself a very good position, but he might lose it again here, depending on, oh no, the slipstream. I tell you what, the outside line, despite being closer, don't seem to be gathering as much momentum around the course at the moment, and that is the outside line getting absolutely hung out to dry. Beautiful gyro shot there to see again just how banked this course is. It's not the most severe out there, but it's certainly very, very, very close indeed. Oh, very nicely done. So Gregory still hanging on the back of this group. Crossan still got himself the lead all to himself. Well, I say all to himself. He's got no one joining him on the outside line. He's got his nose well in front. He's got McLoone, Gregory, Stanley and James just behind him. Quick update, Stelmach is back out. He's in 16th. Luke Dilworth is back out in 18th position. So Dilworth, after having getting lucky with the safety cars at the start of the race, not so much at the end of the race. Oh, of course. Yep, there we go. And yeah, just getting pointed out actually. Yeah, we've got a lot of blue flags in there as well. Sorry, yeah, Devon Stove and Aidan Gregory. Sorry, Devon Stove. He's currently in 10th place. So there's a few of the cars that are mixed in here that are actually a lap down. Wow, so that does make it even more interesting for the drivers around him. But it's still Crossing and McLoone that are leading the. We'll see how the rest of the field got on around him. We've got Gregory, Stanley, James and Howard. I mean, Stanley, he's made up 20 places, so he might not have got it done in qualifying, but certainly managed to avoid the incidents and get it done so far in the race. And this is the battle for the lead. It's McLoone who's managed to sneak his nose just in front of Crossing, while the rest of the field are chasing. They've got Waddell just ahead of them, Devon Stove as well. But it is McLoone that's got his nose back out into the lead, with Crossing in second, Gregory, then Stanley in 4th place. And yeah, a few more cars mixed in there just for good measure. They're actually catching up now to Hayden Warrington, who's running in 14th, with Hayden Millings running in 13th ahead of him. There is Crossing there, completely surrounded by blue flag cars. Now I wonder if that's why some of the other drivers came in when they did. And Void potentially getting themselves involved in any incident with some of the blue flag cars. But it is McLoone who is still our on-track leader. There he is, as you can see. He's got Devon Stove and Hayden Guptill just ahead of him, and that is just goes to show you how topsy-turvy all racing can be, because Guptill, who you would normally expect to be involved in the top end battles, here's the top end of the field battling behind them and looking to put another lap up on him. So he'll be keen to stay out to hold on to track position. We're 81 laps in, 40 laps left to go, and I tell you what, McLoone there, very heavy on the brakes. He'll be keen to get past Stove as quickly as possible, which he's done. Stove taking the high line there, and does manage to survive. But Xavier Simmons and Hayden Guptill, two of the quicker drivers in the field, they do find themselves currently inside the top 10, but being chased down by the top 2. So some very quick pace ahead of McLoone at the moment, and yeah, not necessarily a bad thing if the two blue flag drivers ahead of you are two of the quickest in the field. He will be looking to get past as quickly and safely as possible, though. He takes that low line, really looking to get that move done on Guptill and get Guptill between himself and the rest of the chasing pack. Although, yeah, very wisely, in fact, latches on. He's just using the slipstream from the two cars ahead, and you can see that is already paying dividends. Look at that. He's just latched on in the back of the two blue flags ahead of him, and already opening up a gap to Crossing behind him. One that's Crossing is going to struggle to try and catch if they don't get themselves into some kind of a single line train here. Having two cars on the inside and one on the outside, that's not going to help the coefficient. There we go. They're managing to catch on now. That's it. Stay in a straight line, go much quicker, and that's exactly what they're going to need to do. McLoone, as you can see, still hanging on to those two blue flags ahead of him. The rest of the field, though, oh sorry, the rest of the top 5 that are currently chasing him, starting to do the same thing. So I would expect that gap to start closing down, and this really will make this an interesting stage of the race. We'll see what McLoone does. It looks like his hand may well be forced into trying to go past Guptill, because if he doesn't, if Corey Crossing pops himself onto the outside line and he's got another two cars that follow him, This does make it an interesting proposition for McLaren. He could find himself inadvertently letting himself get boxed in here and crossing again a really good pace across that start-finish line. A little dip down onto the apron just to get himself just shorten the track, even by those extra few feet, and that can really pay dividends once again. And it is looking like crossing is looking to get dividends paid once again. Sorry, I thought I heard a yellow flag announced here, but no, it's not. We are still running. PTSD, one of the longer stints of the race without a safety car here in the second half. Let me see, I seem to have some audio feedback from my microphone. Perfect. But that's all fixed now. Devin Stone, who we're on board with, he is currently running in 11th place. He is up 2 on where he started, of course. But he has been higher up the field, so he will be looking to continue his move up through the rest of the pack. McLaren and Crossan are absolutely nose to tail, and we've still got a couple of the blue flags involved in there as well. Devin Stove, as you can see, he's in 11th position, directly behind 4th placed Brady Stanley. So it is absolutely all happening up at the front, and I did say he's got Guptill. He's got 1, 2 of them gone past. That's the 41 looking to go through as well. Yep, Aidan Gregory making his way past. So Guptill, he has been overtaken by a couple of the cars, and he has got Simmons just ahead of him. So McLaren and Simmons now absolutely nose to tail, but Simmons is in 8th and McLaren is in 1st. Absolutely wild turn of events here, and Simmons holds on to that bottom line as McLaren goes flying past. So that's going to be another lap that McLaren has got on Simmons. This really is an absolute dream race at this stage for Willie McLaren as far as championship points go. His main rivals, of course, Dilworth, Rankin and Simmons, all finding themselves outside the top 5, and in fact Scott Rankin, 3rd in the championship, is his closest contender, currently running in 6th place. We've only got 31 laps to go, about 32 seconds a lap. Yeah, not much racing time, as we are 90 laps deep. Only got 30 laps to go, so 3/4 of the race run and done. And it is Willie McLaren, as we can see, he is in the lead. He's got the championship leader directly behind him in 8th position. He's been followed on the bottom line by Guptill, so these two staying nice and close and with the field, and that's exactly what they need to do as well. Oh, and I tell you what, that front left wheel, wow, he has really got some camber on that front right wheel, doesn't he? That has a whole lot of towing on, is that Crossan's car? No, it's Simmons' car. Wow, look at that front right wheel. He has really got some angle on that bad boy. How is he managing to keep his tyres? Yeah, that's a question for the commentary box next week, because it's highly, well, I say it's highly unlikely he's going to get on the podium this week. It's NASCAR. We've got 29 laps left to go. All it takes is one tank slapper, 16 cars in the pits, and it's a completely different story up at the top of the field. And we've got a few cars running down the order. Murray Howell, I believe, is out of the race, so too Ethan Kale. Luke Dilworth is now down in 20th position. So the work done by Simmons last week is really going to be helped along this week. If Dilworth can't get himself back into the top 10, Willie McLaren, I think he's going to go top of the standings if he can bring home the race win here. Still got 27 laps here at Atlanta. Of course, it's round number 6 of the Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series, brought to us by Virtual Racing Aotearoa. Phenomenal organisation name as well. Sam Waddell, look at the pace that he's got. He is currently running in 11th position. He's just behind Guptill, so the battle that's going on behind Yeah, it's got itself all kinds of mixed up here, folks. We've got the drivers looking to win the race and drivers looking for positions inside the top 10, all beautifully mixed in. Waddell, Guptill and Stove very much in the running here, with first, second and third just ahead of them, and fourth as well, in fact. With the top four now absolutely checking out for the rest of the field. They've got an 8-second gap back to the nearest competitor. And Sam Waddell, as I say, he's in 11th position. So the battle for 8th, 9th and 10th, Guptill, Stove and Waddell still absolutely trailing on, while the battle for the lead goes on up at the front with McClune and Gregory. There we go, absolutely nose to tail crossing, and Brady Stanley, and the top four really are absolutely tearing away with this one. Cale James in 5th position is, as I say, 8 seconds down on this lead group, so he is, and he really needs to get some slipstream to try and catch up, because these drivers up at the front, the top four, it might only be the four of them, then they're battling for those positions, but you can see we've got cars directly behind them. That just adds to the slipstream train, which adds to that top end speed. And really is helping them pull away from the rest of the field. Only 24 laps left to go with McClune in the lead, Gregory in second, crossing, and then Stanley in third, and then it is James, and then Rankin, Howard, Simmons, Guptill and Stove, the battle that we were seeing on screen as well. They're right in the mix here as well. Absolutely anything can happen. Confirmation of his team was Jan Matt, who dropped out first. Of course it was. Howell, Cale, all out. Dilworth is out as well. Dilworth has retired from the race. Confirmation that our championship leader, second in the championship, is out of the race. Where is Simmons? He's currently running in 8th position, of course, so a damage limitation for him. He really just needs to get to the end of this race, and it will still hold him in good stead in the championship. He's going to, at the moment, though, 7 positions behind McClune, so McClune could find himself topping the table after today's race, although Scott Rankin definitely not to be forgotten here either. He is still in 6th position, so he too could see himself strengthen the grip on that top 3, while the championship standings are going to be exceptionally interesting after this race. And Simmons for Fastlane, his teammate Josh, his teammate is Brady Stanley, so we'll see where they two finish. We've got Stanley in 3rd place, so he is going to bring some good points home for Fastlane, who are top of the team standings. But certainly Willie McClune looking to take a shot at the top of the overall stand. Oh, quick hydration break. Make sure you stay hydrated during this, folks. I know I most certainly do, given everything that we've got going on. And this group at the top, they're absolutely got this nailed on at the moment. They're running line astern, no dual line this time. The drivers once bitten, 7 times shy with the safety cars that we've had so far. Keeping it, as I say, single file at the moment. Not too bad an idea. Certainly when you've only got these 6-7 cars here going 2 by 2, not always the best plan, as we've seen so far. There's been cars cast asunder left, right and centre. Quite a few fallen by the wayside. The most runners that we've lost in a race so far this season. We'll jump on board with Brady Stanley, and he is currently in 3rd position, and look how close this top 3 are to themselves, while maintaining a 10-second gap to the rest of the field. This very much a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush here. I don't think we'll see anything. From any of these 3 drivers until maybe 2 laps left to go. We've got 18 to go at the moment. They will absolutely fly past. Let's be under absolutely no illusions. But given the way the track has unceremoniously gone after some of the drivers today and some of the cars, Again, this is the perfect opportunity to prove you have the patience of a top-tier driver. As a famous musician once said, you've got to know when to hold them, and you've got to know when to fold them. And at the minute, McLaren, Gregory and Stanley, they are definitely going to hold position at the moment and see what they can do on those closing couple of laps. This is the perfect setup for the end. NASCAR races, 95% are behaving yourself, 5% mad dash sprint. For the end, it's McLaren leading Gregory, leading Stanley. Then the next group is 11 seconds down the field. The cars again that are chasing the top three. It's Xavier Simmons, Hayden Guptill and Devon Stove, who you would expect to be chasing in this position, but unfortunately for them, they're 7th, 8th and 9th respectively. So yeah, three of the quicker drivers in the series find themselves just behind the top three in the race, but outside the top five in the points. That is how much fun it is. Keeping track of everything that's going on. We only have 15 laps left. These races go far too quickly. 15 laps left of the race, and of course, stage number 2, we have got... Ooh, now Cale James has come into the pits from 6th position. Now, when was his previous lap? I've just missed it. Just missed it. But I think it was down in the 60s. I wonder if we're going to see anyone else at the front of the field come into the pits. We didn't see a black flag earlier, actually. I did say I was betting on there being a black flag, but we'll see what happens with Devon Stove here. He's trying to get position. This is 4 points here. It's Hayden Guptill, who he is battling with for points at the minute, and you can see, look at that, there we go, the speed at the bottom there, barely 280 kilometers an hour along that straight. Once you're in the slipstream, you're well above the 280, and that shows you just how detrimental it can be. Hopefully Devon pulls in behind. No, he doesn't, but yeah, 270 he was doing there, so a bit of side by side. I tell you what, Guptill and Stove absolutely battling away. Simmons, he's watching this one in the rear view mirror while he's in the race win. Run away from him up ahead. We've got the top three in the standings, and then we've got the last two drivers in the top 10, all battling away right up in the front of the field with more drivers still to get involved. And in fact, we may even be down. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Waddell just gone out on lap 14. Stelmach and Galley, I think they are both still running, but they are massively down. They're going to gain back a couple of laps on the drivers that are out, but certainly won't gain back anything on the drivers up at the front at the moment. A little bit of argy-bargy there. That was Guptill and Stove, both of them fully posturing up there, trying to take the same piece of track, the same piece of tarmac. 2 into 1 does not go. May have worked well for the Spice Girls song, most definitely. It doesn't work well for two NASCARs, and that is very close again. Devon Stove really is pushing that one into the middle line. He is keeping Simmons and Guptill as honest as the day is long, and this is a solid battle here. This is for 6th position. And Simmons really does need to bring home 6 and to maximise his damage limitation, given that McLaren is looking absolutely solid up at the front of the field, although Gregory could well be in for a late dash to the line. I'll tell you what, this is going to be an absolutely grandstand finish to this race as Devon Stove still trying to get his way past Simmons to get himself up to 6th place. We've got a car down on the apron. Is that someone? Yes, that's Stefan Tiers coming into the pits from 19th place. So that's another car that's come into the pits. Wow, with 10 laps left to go, surely we're not going to see anyone from the top 3 come in. Or are we going to see a safety car because someone from the top 3 hasn't come in, doesn't have the tyres, and find themselves in the wall? In 9 laps time, we will find out. There's the gap that James has got to McLaren, so he is running on his own. He's currently in 18th position. And that's the lead pack absolutely chasing him down again. You can see just how much quicker these cars move when they are in the slipstream. It's almost as if James is running a safety car at the moment, given the pace that that pack are showing, closing up to him. So he is going to get himself absolutely swamped, and he is in 11th position. Let me just make sure I get this right. He's in 11th position. He's about to be lapped by 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th and 8th. Just to make it all that more interesting for a race director to try and figure out who, where, when, why and what. But McLaren still very much leading the way, and there you can see perfect timing of the shot, and just how much quicker again. I realise I sound like a broken down record with this one, but the top end speed in the slipstream is absolutely night and day between a car running on its own and a car running with another one. Even just one car behind makes all the difference. You get 3 or 4 behind you, you're absolutely flying. And confirmation as well, McLaren, 75 laps that he has led for. So yeah, he is going to get himself some lead lap points, and he's looking to bring home some podium points as well. Gregory and Stanley, they really are the only 3 in this race at the minute, with 6 laps left to go. It's down to the 3 of them to decide who wins this, and if we see more safety cars, the rest of the field absolutely keeping their powder dry. Brady Stanley looking to bring one home for the father-son duo team. His teammate Dilworth is out of... Oh, sorry, no. Brady Stanley's fast lane. My apologies. Brady Stanley is fast lane. I was Lucky Brett. My apologies. Getting confused here. Yeah, Brady Stanley. He is with Fast Lane Esports, of course, the team leaders, or team championship leaders at the moment. So some more good team points he's going to be bringing home today. His teammate Josh Merton rounding out the top 10 as well. So 2 cars in the top 10 for Fastlane, not many other cars. Oh, in fact, Simmons and Gupta as well, of course, the other Fastlane drivers, they're in there. So yes, Sigma and Fastlane really are looking good in the top 10 at the moment. Sam Waddell, he's down in 15th position. Let's keep an eye on though, with only 4 laps left to go. Round number 6 of the Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series is very nearly in the books, as we are 118 laps deep, and it is McLaren who has got the lead of the race. That is another one of the back markers just being overtaken. That is James in 11th position. So yep, as predicted, James will be overtaken by 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th and 8th, and we'll see. He might get overtaken by 4th and 5th. They might catch up. We will see. We will see. We have got a couple of laps left to go across the line. Is McLaren in the lead from Gregory and Stanley. These 3, the only 3 drivers at the moment in with a chance of winning. A safety car now won't do many of the other drivers much good at all, because we don't have enough laps left for them to get a decent run out of the restart. McLaren looking to start the last lap in the lead. Can Gregory or Stanley do something? And I'll tell you what, here is Simmons. Now this is an interesting one, because Simmons, of course, looking at his teammate, and there we go, there is the white flag. We are on the final lap, and it is McLaren in the lead, Gregory and Stanley, and they're right in the hunt. And Simmons, he could be a kingmaker here as well. He's given slipstream to Stanley at the back of this group. He is looking to pull his teammate Gupta ahead and make sure that Brady Stanley finishes at least on the podium. Here comes Gregory, here comes McLaren, and here comes Stanley. Stanley might get the position from McLaren here. Gregory's managed to get his nose out in front, and they're going to go 3 wide across the start-finish line. Absolutely no idea who has just won this. It's Gregory. Gregory's won it from Stanley, and McLaren has ended up in 3rd position. Right at the end, I did say on the final lap we were likely to see a dash for the line, and I'll tell you what, I think Simmons has managed to do his work there as well and help push Brady Stanley up into that 2nd position. So it might not have gone great for Simmons individually down in 6th, but certainly as far as the team goes, he's managed to help Stanley up to 2nd place in the last couple of 100 yards of the race. But it is Aidan Gregory who brings home the race win. Willie McLaren finishing in 3rd position, ahead of Logan Howard and Scott Rankin in 5th. So McLaren will still make some good ground in the standings. But Scott Rankin is going to be right there in the hunt as well, as we get some celebratory donuts from Gregory. Love to see the smoke screen coming up from the back of the car. We'll get a word with them in a moment, of course, with Stanley and McLoone as well. What a race that was. 7 safety cars, and the complete opposite of last week. A whole lot of safety cars at the end last week. This week, nope. We're going to have them at the start, with 3 appearing in stage number 1. The overall race results, so folks: Aidan Gregory taking the top spot, with Brady Stanley and Willie McLoone joining him on the podium. Then it's Logan Howard and Scott Rankin 4th and 5th. Xavier Simmons, our championship leader, in 6th, with Hayden Guptill and Devin Stone 7th and 8th. Corey Crossan and Josh Mertens rounding out the top 10. There is James Warrington, Millings, Stelmach and Cam Galley rounding out the top 15, although Galley is 15 laps down, so he out of the race. Waddell, Leverage, Watkins, Brett, Tears and Dilworth all out of the race as well. Janmat, Stables, Harding, Grover, Kale and Howell all falling by the wayside as well. So yeah, the well, just realised there that Sam Waddell's team name is the name and address of my landlord. Very strange. But yeah, that's bizarre. I'll have to ask him about that one. But yeah, quite a few drivers falling by the wayside. As I say, Atlanta is known as Echo Park, and certainly the echoing today was engineers changing tyres and stewards picking up body parts from the track. But yeah, Aidan Gregory, Brady Stanley and Willie McLoone, they'll be joining us in the commentary box. Hopefully we'll see if any of them jump in for an interview and let us know how that race went. It'll be interesting to see McLoon's take on things. Come on, Stelmach, bring it home, says Luke Duke. I think there might be a bit of a delay in the stream. We'll see who is jumping in to join us. We've got Brady Stanley ready to go. We'll start. I'll tell you what, we've got Aidan in, so we'll start with first place this time and work our way down, because we don't have McLoone in the box. So we'll get Aidan Gregory into the box first. Oh, there we go. He is now live. You are live on TrackSpotTV. Please do not swear. No, welcome in, Aidan. Phenomenal race there. I mean, that end, I did say we were going to see a bit of a grandstand run to the end, so let's go straight and talk about that first of all. I mean, what a run at the end. You were sitting in 3rd place, and then bang, you managed to get yourself up onto the top spot. How was that race overall for you? And talk to us about that end as well. That looked like fun.
Oh man, that was intense, the whole thing. White knuckles the whole way pretty much, but yeah. We got lucky there with fuel strategy and other guys getting penalties, and me and Willie had to save a little bit to make it to the end, and I was behind Willie, so obviously saved more than him and saved my tyre more and just had enough to get past him there on the last lap.
Yeah, I mean, you started down in 22nd place, and unlike last week, we saw all the safety cars at the start of the race this week, with 3 of them during stage 1. I mean, that, I'm guessing, through a whole lot of strategy calls, completely out of the window at that stage.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. You never really know what's going to happen, especially at a super speedway like this, but it's, yeah, it's always a guessing game, and starting at the back kind of gives you a bit of time to check up if the crash happens at the front. Obviously sometimes it happens at the back and you're involved, so it's a risk, but paid off today.
Indeed it did, and some good points for the team as well. I mean, Sigma Sim Sports going well. You've got 2 cars in the top 6 in the overall standings. This, I believe, will propel your car up into 4th going into next week at Charlotte, so good result for the team tonight as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been quite close to the cut line, a couple of DNFs recently, and yeah, this will help out for sure.
Yeah, as I mentioned, Charlotte next week, 125 laps around Charlotte. Everybody loves Charlotte. How are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, I don't mind Charlotte. It's probably going to be a similar race to that one, with cars on edge, but yeah, it's a good fun track.
It really is. Well, congratulations this evening, Aidan, an absolutely phenomenal race. Started 22nd and went on to take the win. So huge congratulations on that. And sorry, before you go, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, all the Sigma guys. Obviously, a couple of them didn't make it to the end of this one, but they're helpful and always got some good advice, to prepare us for the racing. But yeah, they do a good job, and it's good to be a part of that.
Yes, indeed. Well, congratulations once again. Good luck to you and the team going forward, and we'll see you next week for Charlotte.
Yeah, will do. Thank you.
There we go then, folks. Aidan Gregory bringing home the race win. We'll get second place in next, of course. It is one Brady Stanley. Getting himself a cheeky little bit of help there, it seemed, at the end from his teammate in that mad dash for the end. But it is Brady that brings home second place. Phenomenal race out there tonight, Brady. Looked like a whole lot of fun and a good run to the line. Absolutely sweating bullets, I think, may be the preferred choice of phrase after the end of that race.
Oh, definitely. There was a lot of hard in your mouth moments out there. Especially, like, a lot of them crashes, I was behind it all, so it was just trying to dodge and stay alive. But that was
yeah,
good. The end was good to have Xavier to give me a few extra little kilometres down the straight, try and help me out.
Yeah, for the fasting. Well, you know what they say, if you can dodge a NASCAR, you can dodge a dodgeball. Some absolute Jedi reflexes being shown down at the back of the field, Brady. Another driver that started outside the top 20 today and finishing on the podium. I did mention to Aidan, all those safety cars at the start of the race, a complete contrast to what we saw last week. And I'm assuming, again, that threw any strategy that you had completely out the window by the time we'd got the third safety car in stage one.
Oh, definitely. It was just trying to get down and get as much fuel in every stop. It's always the track's a little bit like, this car was pretty difficult to drive, especially in the draft. So yeah, it was just about surviving really and going from there.
Indeed, yeah. Well, survive you did. Bring home a podium, and not only that, some good points for Fastlane as well. That grip up at the top of the standings is looking ever firmer after that run at the end. How are you feeling as far as the team championship goes? I mean, 6 rounds in and you're comfortably at the top. It's looking good so far.
Yeah, I need to start getting some points from my side of things. Xavier's doing well, so a second place will help that a little bit. At least he's got a teammate for this race.
Indeed, yeah. Although after your performance today, I'm sure that Xavier absolutely washed. You're going to be the star of the team now. We've got Charlotte next week. How much are you looking forward to Charlotte next week? 125 laps round there. That is a nerve shredder as well as a tyre shredder.
Yeah, Charlotte's usually pretty fun. I've usually enjoy racing there, so hopefully it's good, and hopefully we stay out of trouble there too.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. And before you go, Brady, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Just all the Fastlane boys, 17RC, SP Tools New Zealand, of course, Josh System Decal for all the designs, and the Sigma boys as well. They're always good to banter with and make the race fun. So yeah, it's good.
Nice, yeah, it really is a great community and some great drivers in here. I love to hear how welcoming it is. So for anybody out there watching, you want to get involved in NASCAR, Virtual Racing Aotearoa, your only stop. Brady, thank you very much. We very much look forward to seeing you and the team next week at Charlotte.
So easy, thank you.
There we go then, Brady Stanley finishing in second place, now joining us in the commentary box. A driver that was very much looking like he was going to propel himself to the top of the standings, but a three-way race at the end sees him dropping down to third. Well, I'll say dropping down, still on the podium, will he? Talk to us about tonight's race. That was action-packed right down to the literal wire, with only a couple of hundreds separating you and the rest of the podium. How was tonight for you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, it was going to be pretty hard to hold off those two. My car was severely loose in the front. I was holding on for dear life, to be honest. But happy with a P3 on a track like this. You know, it's a bit of a lottery on these drafting tracks, so anything in the top 10's a bonus, really.
Yeah, it really is, and what a drive it was. And I have asked the other two drivers, so I'm going to ask you as well, because again, the contrast between last week and this week was quite stark, given that we saw so many safety cars in that opening stage. Is that how you saw this one playing out? I mean, it's a super speedway where anything can happen, but yeah, 3 safety cars in the opening stage. Strategy is completely out the window and points thrown around every place.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I knew that there'd be a few yellows, but once the car, like after about 10 laps and the car started getting loose, even at the start when I was leading, my car was so bad. So I was like, there's going to be a crash at some point. So, it did throw the strategy out a little bit, but basically once I got fuel, I just tried to stay out stay out and bring it home from there. And I was trying to get Xavier lap down early so that we couldn't get back on the lead lap, but then I ended up seeing that he's finished P6 anyway, so it was a waste of time.
Yeah, he's a pesky so yes, we need to put some extra sandbags in his car. As far as the team standings go, good result tonight. That strengthens your grip on P2. Been a good season for the Sigma Sim Sports 2 car so far.
Yeah, it's a shame, Bryce, because I think he's my teammate this season. He had a bit of an incident, so one of us had good points, the other one didn't have so good points, whereas Xavier and Brady with a 6th and a 2nd or whatever it was, they jumped us a little bit there, but that's all right, we'll catch up. Indeed. And Charlotte next week, how are we looking forward to that one? Yeah, I like Charlotte. Charlotte's a good track. It's a good racy track, so a few lanes coming in and should provide some good racing. Not too many yellows there usually, so fingers crossed. Although now you've said that, Willie, when we do have lots of safety cars, it will be your name that is absolute mud. Anyone that you'd like to give a shout? That's all right when I say it. You guys aren't allowed to say it. Right, okay. 2-tier stewarding. I like that. I live in Britain. We're used to that here. What was I about to say? Charlotte next. Oh, we've asked you about Charlotte. My apologies, Willie. Is there anyone else you would like to say a thank you to or a shout out to before we let you run off and celebrate your podium? Oh, just a thanks to the Fast Lane and the Sigma boys. We've got a bit of a tight little knit community there and seem to get along real well, and it's working pretty good for us. So, yeah. Well, it's certainly working well for us on screen, so thank you for the entertainment, thank you for the action. Long may it continue, Willie, and we will see you next week for Charlotte. Cool, mate. See you then. There we go then, folks. Willie McLoone joining us in the commentary box. He started in first, he finished in third. What a grandstand finish. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go back and watch that race all over again. That's one of the best things about doing this on a Sunday morning. I get to go and watch the race back again. Absolutely incredible. That was, of course, round number 6 of the virtual Racing Aotearoa Sharp Apparel NASCAR Series. 6 in the books: Fast Lane Esports, SP Tools New Zealand, and Sigma Sim Sports 2 looking to be the team cars to topple at the moment. Of course, they're going to be back for Charlotte next week. 125 laps we will be putting into the books. Of course, we've still got Indianapolis, Kansas, Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, Daytona and Darlington to round out this series. You're racing covered all the way to the 13th of September, so make sure you stay tuned in here. The only place you can see it, TrackSpotTV. Big thanks to everyone that's been in the chat as well. Luke Duke has been a constant today, so thank you to him and everyone else that's been in the chat. All the likes and subscribes on the stream as well, hugely appreciated. And of course, big shout out to Sharp Apparel for sponsoring the series. Go over to their website and help support an organisation which helps support our beloved sim racing. That's all we've got time for this week, though. I think I might need to go lie down in a darkened room. My name has been John Wright on behalf of TrackSpotTV, and until next week, stay safe, take it easy,
and have a great rest of your night. Good night.